I came, I saw, I conquered.
I came, I saw, I conquered Julius Caesar, the man who took Rome and killed the Republic. The Roman Republic was already collapsing long before Julius Caesar appeared. The problem was not a single man. The problem was the system itself. The Senate was corrupt. Aristocratic families fought among themselves instead of sharing power. While the people grew poorer, the elite grew richer. And most dangerously, the Roman army was no longer loyal to the state, but to its commanders. Rome's fate was no longer decided by laws, but by swords. Julius Caesar did not create this system, but he understood its weaknesses better than anyone else. A power born in Gaul. Caesar's rise did not begin in Rome. It began in Gaul. Through years of war across what is now modern-day France, Caesar did not merely conquer land. He gained experience, loyalty, and legend. His soldiers did not see him as an ordinary general. To them, Caesar was a leader who brought victory, reward, and survival. For the first time in Roman history, an army was this deeply loyal to one man. In Rome, the people celebrated his victories. Caesar was a hero to them. But to the Senate, he was a growing threat. Because the Senate understood one thing very clearly. If this man returned to Rome, nothing would ever be the same. Rubicon, the point of no return. The true breaking point came with an order from the Senate. Caesar was to disband his army and return to Rome alone. On paper, the command was legal. In reality, it was a political execution. If Caesar returned without his army, he would face trial, exile, and political destruction. Caesar knew this, and he made a decision. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army. Under Roman law, this was an open act of rebellion. From that moment on, there was no turning back. According to tradition, Caesar uttered the words, "The die is cast." This was not merely the crossing of a river. It was a declaration of war against the Roman Republic. Yet Caesar did not see himself as a rebel. In his mind, he was the only man capable of saving Rome. The Senate was corrupt. The Republic was decaying. Order could only be restored by a single decisive leader. Civil war and the surrender of Rome. Civil war was inevitable. Caesar clashed with Pompey, the champion of the Senate. After years of conflict, Pompey was defeated. The Senate collapsed. Caesar marched on Rome. But something unexpected happened. Rome did not resist. To the people, Caesar was not a tyrant. He was a man who brought order. He reduced debts, fed the population, and restored Rome's pride through victory. Stability mattered more than ideology. Reluctantly, the Senate granted him power. First temporary, then unlimited. And finally, Caesar was declared dictator for life. At that moment, the Roman Republic effectively came to an end. Power and blindness. Caesar was now the most powerful man in Rome. But as his power grew, so did his enemies. Many senators began to see him as a king in all but name. And Rome despised kings. To them, the Republic had died. Freedom had been replaced by one man's rule. Could Caesar have failed to see this hatred? No, he saw it clearly. There were rumors of assassination, prophecies, warnings to beware the Ides of March. Those closest to him begged him not to go to the Senate. But Caesar refused to step back, because retreat would have meant admitting fear, and fear would have destroyed the system he had built. Caesar believed he stood at the center of history. If he hesitated, everything would collapse. So he continued forward. The heaviest form of betrayal. The conspirators were not ordinary enemies. Among them were senators, former allies, and men Caesar had trusted. But the deepest wound came from Brutus. Caesar did not see Brutus merely as a political ally. He had protected him, forgiven him, and elevated him. Some sources even suggest that Caesar regarded him as a surrogate son. That is where the true power of the betrayal lay. When the knives were drawn in the Senate, Caesar resisted at first. But it is said that when he saw Brutus among the attackers, he stopped. In that moment, survival no longer mattered. In that moment, Caesar understood one thing. This was not merely a murder. It was a change of regime. Death and its consequences. When Julius Caesar died, the Roman Republic died with him. Those who killed him believed they were saving Rome. Instead, they plunged it into chaos. Civil wars followed. Blood was spilled. And from that chaos, an empire was born. Caesar lost, but the path he opened prevailed. Rome was no longer a republic, and this transformation was made possible by the decisions of a single man,